On average, the black dollar circulates for about 6 hours in a black community. We need to do better as a community to support black-owned businesses, but that's sometimes easier said than done. Before we can support black-owned businesses, we need a readily available economic search engine to be able to find those black businesses to support in our communities. The Essential Black Business app is the answer to that question. The EBA is always on the community side, meeting the community's needs with easy access.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one of our great brothers that's doing some great work in the community. Now, you know, in Jackson, Mississippi, they have the water crisis, which is utterly despicable because what we end up finding out that, you know, $462 million was given actually to the state of Mississippi to work on the water infrastructure and anything that they needed. And the governor has no explanation what happened to that money. But they have a water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. Due to the water treatment plant going down. And you have our brothers here, Mr. Lee, Coffey, he's on the front lines of making sure fresh water gets to the people in Jackson. So thank you, Mr. Coffey, for coming on the show.
I want to say thank y'all for having me. This is a great pleasure, that y'all getting us the spotlight to expose me and the company, and shed more light on what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi right now during the water crisis.
Yes, sir. Well, just some preliminary before we actually get into that. Tell us just a little bit just about your company and how you got it started in the partnership with 1186 Water.
Well, like you said, my name is Lee Coffey. I am the owner of MSM Distribution LLC out of North Mississippi. My company been in business maybe for 2 years now, and my partnership started. I used to be a rapper on tour, and one day I did a show and my lungs collapsed, and I almost died. So I took that as a sign of God steering my life in a different direction to do something different. Well, along that time, I met Mr. Marquise Forge, who was teaching me and mentoring me about water. And he also was telling me that God gave him a dream about starting a water company. And so every day he would call me and he would teach me everything he knowed about the water. And, when I asked him one day, why would he call me so much to teach me that? He said, I want you to be intelligent enough that the stuff that I'm teaching you, when people ask you, can't nobody never make you look shame. Like, I want you to know everything hand in hand about this water because it's all natural and nobody else have it on this world. So that kind of led me into, distributing the water. We did a trial run. I think I took my last $600, $4,600, and I bought a few pallets of water, a few cases of water, maybe 100 cases or so. And we sold them within 2 or 3 days. And everybody who we gave water to, it just came back. It was a domino effect. They always talked about, the benefits of the water, how good their health was, the way their body felt. So, it opened my eyes up to, getting more into it. And like I said, he sat me down one day and he said, look, the way you selling water, we need to start a company. And I'm going to teach you how to start a company. I'm going to show you how to run the company so you can change generation wealth. And within your community and your family, you go back and hire other people and teach them as if I taught you. So that's kind of what led me up into my partnership with Mr. Marquise Forge and 1186 Water.
Man, I love to hear that about your story, man, because you didn't go trick off $4,600 like a lot of us, do sometimes. You actually took that money and say, let me invest into some entrepreneurship because, we constantly keep hearing stories about how Black people try to apply for jobs and they get rejected until they change their race to white and all of a sudden they get an interview. So, that's awesome you did that because I've been saying for a long time, the only way that we going to be able to have any kind of wealth as Black America is entrepreneurship. Right. And I also like that the brother, took you underneath his wing, and that's what we need to do too, in the community is help our other, young brothers and sisters and get them in the game to make sure that we pass down that knowledge because we see that too much in our community. We got like a lot of older heads. They got the knowledge and they don't want to move out the way or even pass down the knowledge to the youth.
Right.
Yes, sir. So let me ask you a question about this. So now you're on the front lines of, what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. So tell us some things that you seeing that the media is not reporting or the media got wrong.
Well, I've seen a lot of stuff. You know, I deliver water to a lot of people within the residents and businesses of Jackson, Mississippi. I have been inside homes where I took water, and you know, people would show me their toilets where the water been sitting there for, you know, maybe a day or two or a couple of hours, and you can literally see the rings around the toilet starting to change color because of the water sitting there. You know, they were pour water out of the faucet into a glass, and you can see it, you know, different colors in the into the jar that it's sitting in. So like I said, I have seen people who didn't have choice but to use the water, you know, bathed and had to use it because that was all they had it on hand. Their skin would break out. It would be some type of infection or something that came along with it. So like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff, you know, mothers with kids who needed medication and didn't have water, because yet alone sometimes the city ran out of cases of water to give these people, and the stores was out, so they didn't have no other outsourced water. You know, maybe if they drove 20 miles up the road and got some, but other people didn't beat you to the jump, you know, and they didn't clear them store shelves off as well. So it's been a lot of things that I've been seeing, you know, within the city for the crisis, but that been the main part, and especially with the elderly who is on medication or dialysis or something wrong with their health and they need water. And then I like to tell them, like, it's a difference, you know, in the water we giving these people a high grade ultra premium water. This water has no chemicals. It is good for your body. Like, we are not giving them the purified reverse osmosis that they selling us in the stores with the chemicals. So we make sure while we out there, we giving the people the same product that we take ourselves.
Yes, sir. Now I saw you doing cases. Do you guys also do the 5-gallon jugs?
Not yet. We right now we do the 16.9 ounce bottles because they was the most popular ones in the bottle industry. You know, and we moved up to the 1 liters, but eventually we gonna get into it. It just costs so much to ship large amounts of water like that.
Okay, all right. So if anybody that, let's say, like, because what you just said, what I did some reading on is that there are literally parasites and bacteria in this water that people haven't even bathed in, and you saying they're breaking out with skin problems as well.
Yes, I have seen, you know, some students at JSU campus where I take water to who have skin irritation, you know. Like I said, these students who may came from Oklahoma, may came from Texas or Chicago, they don't have no family here in Mississippi. So in a crisis like this, they don't really know where to go to. I know their way around the city to get what they need. And if everybody in the city then bought all the water off, you know, they just stuck there. They don't have nobody. So there's a lot of stuff that I was running into, but unfortunately, like I said, we had water on hand, and we tried to reach out and connect with many people we could to get water drive, to get water to those people.
So from what is the governor doing? Because that's something that's on the state. What is the governor doing?
In the military, in the city, they have been donating water. That's basically all that I've seen. Like, I've been so busy moving around the city, having water drives in different locations to try to cover the whole Jackson area. But I do know for a fact that they have been having water drives, you know, giving away water themselves. I just haven't been on site with them at any of them to give away our brand of water. You know, I just been setting water drives with me and my company and my friends throughout Jackson, and we've been partnered with local churches, 99 Gems radio station with Shell B. You know, we did a lot of community stuff just to bring awareness to what we had going on for the people.
Yes, sir. So let me ask you this definitely important question, because people hear all this, say, okay, you know, what could the people do that's all over the country and even different parts of the world? What can we do to get water to, you know, the brothers and sisters in Jackson, Mississippi? I mean, tell us what we can do, because you got a distribution company.
Most thing they can do, they can donate if they want to donate. We have side a designated link on for Cash App that people that want to donate, they can hashtag Jackson Water Crisis and donate. And this $ Cash App MSM Distribution LLC. Or, you know, they can call if they have products they want to send on hand, and we'll make sure to get distributed. Because my thing was, it's hard to find trustworthy people, and you know, people across the world, you don't want them sending money, they not knowing where their money going. So
yeah.
And that's money, you know, we
hand. Well, the question I was having was, you know, yeah, the Cash App thing is great, but could people call in and say, hey, I want to buy X amount of, you know, let's say they want to buy a pallet, right? They say, I want to send a pallet of water to the brothers and sisters, 2 pallets, wherever they want to send. could they call, your company,
Yes.
hey, I want to send so many cases or something like that. They y'all, whatever website you send them to do it, they got a, receipt. Because let's say if somebody's a nonprofit, they want to send something, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they got to track it. Cash App can't really track that like that.
Yes,
so
sir.
could they do that?
They can give us a call at 662-614-2520, or they can also go to www.1186water.com, and they can fill it out also, and put a submit an order to get the water delivered to Jackson.
Okay, and they'll give the prices, so you kind of have a roundabout price of what a pallet costs.
It'll have it on there. It'll let them know how much it is. It'll send them an email back, and let them know, and they will notify me. Me being right here in Jackson on hand, then I can just drop it off right there in the community, and we won't have to worry about shipping it nowhere or nothing.
Okay, all right, and that's the important thing. So, brothers and sisters, instead of us saying that, oh, that's so bad, let's go ahead and put our money where our mouth is. We'll definitely provide the number so you can call, or definitely 1186 website. You can go there and try to, if you can't get a pallet, hey, maybe you could sponsor so many cases of water. This is our Black American family. Nobody's going to come to the rescue, but us. You know that we all on our own. You know that for the most part. Not to say some individuals wouldn't be cool to help or whatever, and that's great, and we appreciate individual allies, but we know the bulk of everything is going to be on us to do for ourselves. Right. So brother, I really thank you for coming on and taking your time out your busy day for doing the great work you're doing in the community, and we want to make sure to get this information out ASAP so the people can start helping by sending some bottles or definitely some cases and some pallets out there to the people.
Yes, sir. We really appreciate it. And I also want to extend our gratitude to say, we would like to send you a few cases, for you to try as well. And anytime, you and your media family want to come down and see the facility to where we bottle this and how we blow our own bottles and put our own labels on, we welcome y'all in to come see it and see it firsthand, come be a part of the family, help us build history together. Because like I said, we are the only Black-owned ultra premium water company in the world, and we located right here in the United States. Water is essential to life, and without that's something they never taught us in school. Math,
right?
They'll teach you how to grow, but once you take water from the planet, everything dies. And so that opened my eyes to, well, we need to preserve this water as much as we can, so we know we got a lifeline of it.
Yes, sir. Well, let me tell you this, and I have to say this publicly: if you can do the 5-gallon, bottle of water thing, because I get about 8 to 10 bottles a month for my family. If you can get the 5-gallon water thing and you can provide me at least 8 to 10 a month, I mean, hey, I'll get rid of the company I'm using right now. We'll just use y'all and pay y'all as long as we can get it delivered. I mean, once a month. My family go through a lot of water, so I mean, hey, I would love it to give y'all the business. If you can do it.
Most definitely. I'm most definitely going to get you some. I like to tell people I want them to try it before they buy it, because we stand behind our product. We know what it is. We know
1186, correct?
Yes, 1186.
I've had 1186 water before in HEB here in Texas.
Correct.
They had one of the distributors here in HEB. And I said, well, you're a Black-owned company? He said, yeah. I said, oh, shoot, man, give me that. And I had bought it. So they do sell 1186 in a lot of the HEBs.
Right.
So I know what the water tastes like. So I'm saying that if you guys are having the 5-gallon, jugs or whatever, of water, and yeah, I'm glad they would get rid of the company I have now and give y'all the business.
Well, most definitely, we can make it happen.
All right, brother. Like I said, we would definitely thank you for coming on the show, and I'll get Brother Kellen to contact y'all and see how we can get some things started. And definitely, it'd be great to see the plant. Also we have to try to see what we can do to come down there and everything. I know things kind of tough right now, with the water thing, but we definitely got to make a move to get down there.
We still up and running every day, but it still be good. Like I said, this is something that the world needs to see firsthand from, because we don't touch the water. When the people drink the water, you the first person to drink the water in hundreds of thousands of years. We don't tamper with it at all. So
yes, sir.
It's some of the best. Like I said, and it's an eye opener, and like I said, we do want to welcome you whenever y'all have time and availability to come down. We would be glad to have y'all there.
All right, brother. Well, like I said, we appreciate you and keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized, we're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.